Welcome back, trainers. I hope you're doing well. In today's video, I actually made a beginner friendly video. I had someone leave a comment the other day and they wanted me to use a team that only had single moves, that was easy, especially if someone just beginning to play in the Go Battle League. So with this team, I found that it's really easy and the Pokemon are pretty accessible. There's a ton of Wingles right now, so you'd be able to easily evolve it into a Pelipper. And there was also a Hitmonchan Hitmonlee event that allowed you to get a Hitmontop. I don't know all the details, but I know you would be able to get a Hitmontop from it, so that's why I'm running it. But you can easily replace the Hitmontop if you have a Machamp. You can use a Machamp that has Cross Chop and Counter as a fast move. As for Skarmory, it is a battle reward, so you can actually get them from there. I know at one point you can actually get them from 5km eggs. I think that's how I got one, and it should be pretty easy to power up. Also, if for example if you save up your candies, all you need are about 28 to 31 rare candies in order to get a Skarmory under 1500. And also you can also replace him if you have a Noctowl. I know there's been a few months back there was a Hoot Spotlight Hour, so if you were able to get a Noctowl that way, you can easily also replace a Skarmory. And overall, this team done really well. I was gonna say I managed, a bit of a spoiler, I managed to win 4 out of 5 matches, so you don't need 2 moves to always win battles. And I hope you guys like this video and also consider subscribing. I definitely want to be able to help everyone, whether you're just starting or you've been playing a while. I'm not saying that I'm a pro or anything. I'm still learning myself. But anyway, going into this match, the Skarmory comes back. They have a move and they should be able to take out the Wingull at this point. And I have a Hitmontop, but in the back there's a Medicham, and we're only running one move and it's close combat. Either way, we'd end up losing this matchup regardless, but we're not gonna go down without a fight. We're gonna go down, get this close combat off, and it does an okay amount of damage. I'm gonna go ahead and shield right here, just building to the 2 back-to-back close combats. Why not? Gonna go ahead and do the first one right here, and they should pretty much be able to farm us down. They have a shield left. There's no way this is enough to take it out. Definitely not. And at that point, I didn't even decide to click there, I think. So they're gonna win the first match, but the next matches are gonna be wins. We're gonna go up with the Pelipper against a Giraffrag, and it should be 8 wing attacks to get to the Hurricane. And please let me know if I'm wrong. I kept trying to test it out. I don't know if I was hitting it at 8 or 9, so please correct me if I'm wrong. But you want to go ahead, since you're only running Weather Ball, at some point, especially against Filer, you might want to go ahead and fake the Hurricane, bait the Hurricane, I mean. And this trainer actually ends up swapping out to Bastiodon, which is amazing, because then now we're going to go ahead and swap into Hitmontop. And Hitmontop is such a cool Pokemon. He's not only dancing, he's break dancing, spinning on his head, and we managed to take down the Bastiodon, and we have, I think, 2 close combats build. So we're just gonna go ahead and wait for the trainer to bring back their Pokemon. They bring back the Giraffrag, and I don't know, will they go ahead and shield this? I think they might end up shielding it. They do end up shielding that, and we still have one more in close combat. They're gonna end up farming us down, but that's completely fine. We're gonna go ahead and do the close combat now, and they do end up using their last and final shield. And not only that, they actually end up using Energy 2, which is amazing for us. Now I'm gonna go ahead and bring in the Skarmory because we resist the Psychic Fangs. They probably realize that, and they end up bringing their A9, which is a Charmer, and we're gonna be able to resist that as well. And that's why Skarmory is such a great Pokemon. Gonna go ahead and do the Sky Attack right here, and honestly, we could just go ahead and throw the Sky Attack as soon as we get to it, since they have no more shields. But what I ended up just doing is I'm gonna go ahead and just farm down from right here. We're gonna just be able to easily just go ahead and they actually don't end up reaching a move, which is insane. And they're gonna bring back the Giraffrag, and I don't think this will be enough to take it out, but it will come very close. And I had a move banked on the Pelipper, so I ended up just going ahead and did the Weather Ball, took out the Giraffrag, and that's a good game. And now moving on to the next one, we got Pelipper against the Gardevoir. Now, I did mess up playing this matchup just because, well, I was hoping that I can reach 2 weather balls. Maybe I should have done up to the back to back, because I'm gonna go ahead and throw this one, and we're just not able to. I click on it and we're just not able to get that weather ball off, but it's fine. We got the shield, and now I plan to farm with the Skarmory, but I will go ahead and shield because I'm pretty sure it's a Shadow Ball. Now, you don't have to have the best IV Pokemon too, because these are honestly, other than the Hitmontop, which is a decent IV, the Skarmory and the Hitmontop are horrible. But like I said, you don't need to have the best IV Pokemon to still win matches. They end up swapping out to Registeel, which is amazing for us. Now, since Hitmontop is my only counter for it, I will have to shield. Gonna go ahead and finally do the close combat. I built to the back-to-back just in case they ended up deciding to maybe shield, and they just choose to let it go. And I for sure know they're gonna bring back that Gardevoir, so we're gonna go ahead and meet up with this close combat. And I'm wondering, are they gonna go ahead and use their final shield? And nope. So they decided to let it go, probably because they're so low. And now they're bringing a Swampert. They're gonna be able to easily outpace us to move here. Luckily, with the Skarmory, we already have a move banked, so we're gonna have to build up to another Sky Attack to be able to take out this Swampert. Swampert does get a lot of energy rather quickly, but I know that there's no way they're gonna be able to build to the back-to-back. So I'm gonna be able to get in an Air Slash, and they're gonna go ahead and Hydro Cannon. And I was thinking, hopefully, maybe from this range, that I can take out this Swampert. Looking back at it, maybe I should have just done one more Air Slash, because I knew that I didn't have enough for the other Hydro Cannon. Because look, it still had 1 HP remaining, but we managed to just get that Air Slash right there, and we take it down. Moving on to the next match, we got Pelipper against the Swampert. This is a really good lead, because we're going to resist the waters, but because the Swampert is Shadow, it is going to be taking a lot more damage. I'm going to go ahead and throw on CMP right here, and I think they choose to let it go, and it's going to do a ton of damage. So at this point, what I'm thinking is I'm going to go ahead and let this move go, and I'm going to go ahead and farm down, have a ton of energy for the next Pokemon. I'm going to have to shield once, because they would be able to take me out with his next Hydro Cannon. Gonna shield right here, and I'm going to be able to easily, from this range, farm down the Swampert. And now our opponent, I forget what they bring in. They end up bringing a G-Fisk, and this is perfect because we've gained so much energy. I think we have like 2 weather balls to go right now. I'm gonna go ahead and throw one wing attack before I throw the next weather ball. I don't want to throw it back to back, and then them sinking in a mud shot, and I don't even get any fast moves out. So right here, I was hoping to CMP, but they're still farming for energy. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the weather ball. So this is perfect for us. We're in a really great position, and we almost take out the G-Fisk, and now they finally decided to throw energy. They're gonna go ahead and Rock Slide us, and I'm gonna go ahead and just bring in the Hitmontop right away to try to snipe it, but they anticipated that, so they ended up bringing in a Gliscor. Our Hitmontop doesn't want to see that, so we bring in the Skarmory, and we're gonna need to build to the back-to-back Sky Attack. That is our only win con. And Gliscor, luckily, although it's Shadow, it's not the strongest attacker, so it will take probably like 4 Night Slashes to be able to take me out. And right here, I'm gonna get to the Sky Attack, and it looks like from this range they would definitely take us out. So gonna go ahead and shield this, and we're gonna be able to easily reach the second Sky Attack. All we need is one more Air Slash, and because the switch timer hasn't run out, they are forced to stay into this match, and we're gonna be able to easily take out the Shadow Gliscor, and then we're just gonna go ahead and break dance with him on top and wrap up the match. At least that's what I was expecting to do. But as soon as I saw this huge amount of lag, I'm thinking our opponent possibly left the building. They left their phone down, and honestly, I understand the frustration because they were right there, but our Hitmontop still had full health. But unfortunately, that trainer couldn't pull it out, but we did. Now moving on to the next match, we're gonna go ahead against a Medicham, and I figured at some point we're gonna go ahead and meet the Medicham lead. So I thought that would be why Pelipper in the lead would be the best option. And what I'm choosing to do is I'm throwing at CMP. So gonna go ahead and I don't even need to shield this. I know it's just an Ice Punch and we're fine. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is count the 6 counter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now I'm gonna go ahead and throw. And if they choose to let it go, we're gonna have some energy going on to the next match. They choose to let it go, Now they bring in an Azu, and what I'm gonna go ahead and do is try to build up to the Hurricane. And Azu is very tanky, so I wasn't really expecting to get a shield out of this, but if I did, that would be perfect for us. Don't get no shield. Gonna do one more wing attack, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just start firing these until I know they're gonna farm us down. But at least we're gonna be able to do some chip damage before we go down. But I was a little bit nervous because now they have so much energy. They probably at this point have almost reached like 12 to 13 bubbles. So I'm gonna have to bring in the Skarmory to soak up some damage, but I will have to shield the first move because it might, in case they're running Hydro Pump, I don't want to take a nuke. So I'm gonna go ahead and shield this one. Turns out it was an Ice Beam, and because it's running Ice Beam, I'm most likely thinking its second move is gonna be the Play Rough. So I'm gonna go ahead and just stay in right here, no problem. They're gonna go ahead and Ice Beam us, that's fine. And now they reveal that they have a Steel type in the back. So this is where Hitmontop is gonna perform the best. Now, I do feel Machamp definitely would be, looking at the battles, would probably be a better choice. But with the Hitmontop, it does add to the spice. It's just with the close combats, I don't really want to, it does take a lot longer to build, but it also does have more power to it. So it's kind of like a, really depends on what you have. But as you can see, no, we are able to counter it down, no problem. They bring back the Azu. We're gonna go ahead and meet it with this close combat, and this is gonna grab, I think, one of the shields. And now, I probably should have just thrown an Air Slash before throwing this, but gonna go ahead into the Sky Attack, and I know that I could comfortably live another Ice Beam. I was a little bit nervous because at this point, I was wondering how much energy does it exactly have left? Could it actually reach about like 2 Ice Beams? But we're so close, and I'm just gonna throw this right away because I'm not gonna farm it down. I'm not gonna risk losing the match, and we end up taking the win, get that Sky Attack off. So as you can see, guys, this team does very well, and I think honestly right now would be one of the best beginner Pokemon teams. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, I definitely want to be able to, you know, not only for beginners, but make videos for everyone. And if you ended up watching up to this point, thanks again. I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one.